Hello YouTube land! Welcome back, part 4. Commanders Legends pre-release weekend. Down to our last set of boosters. So, those of you that skipped the other parts, the way it works is, in a regular Legends draft, you're doing a 60 card deck, which does include your commanders, and your lands. Each booster contains 20 cards. You're getting 3 boosters each. There is no singleton, and if you want to do a partner, when you want to work in another color, but you do not have something you drew for that, you have the option of incorporating a prismatic piper. If you do not draft a prismatic piper, you can, I guess, ask for one if that event is happening in a store. But I'm at home, but I did manage to pull a couple of these guys anyway. So the way the pre-release goes is that you get 6 boosters. So when I got out of Magic, still 20 years ago, there was no pre-release events, or if there were, I wasn't aware of them. So I just got back into Magic 2020, and you know, pandemic. So I haven't had a chance to do any of these in person in a store. I've gotten these pre-release sets at home, but I don't really have anyone to play against besides my girlfriend. She's not ready to build anything, doesn't want to put the mental effort into it. I lack the experience. I have ideas, but experience goes a long way. So I would love to get feedback from the community. Tell me what you would build 3 packs in. Tell me what you would build as your limited commander draft deck. I want to hear about it in the comments. Let me know. I will build based on the suggestions, and then me and my girlfriend will play your suggested builds. So, let's get cracking. Getting a little better at opening these. Another ambush vibe. Oh, by the way, received Sengir the Dark Baron for every pre-release entry, so I got 4 of these guys, so consider him as an auto-include in the pool of all the cards I'm opening. So, Sengir Baron, Ambush Viper, another Brer Blade Adept. So I'm not going to read all the cards. If I am familiar with them, I'm just gonna read the title, show them, put them, separating them by colors, because that's gonna make building the deck easier. I also don't really care so much about their rarity, and I have zero understanding of their values. If I pull something of particular value, definitely let me know in the comments. Alright, so Raise the Alarm. Pretty sure this is from Ikoria. Preordain. I think I pulled one of these already. Scry 2, then draw a card. Yeah, that sounds familiar. Another Impulsive Pilferer. Impulsive Pilferer. Another Finglade Fugitives. Prophetic Prism. Enters the battlefield, draw a card, 1 tap, any mana of any color. Yeah, okay, that's familiar. Wild Celebrants, Murder. Iona's Judgment, Marble Diamond, Omen Speaker. Wild Heart Invoker. Yeah. 4 mana for 4/3, and pay 8 to give something +5/5 and trample until end of turn. Golem Artisan. How can a golem be an artisan? 5 mana for a 3/3 golem. 2 generic, target creature gets +1/+1 until end of turn. 2 generic, target artifact creature gains your choice of flying, trample, or haste until end of turn. Merchant Raiders, Shimmer Mirror. It's 3 mana for 2/2 that can get flashed in. You may cast artifact spells as though they had flash. Oh, that's handy. Alright. Triumphant Reckoning. Here's another mythic. 9 mana. Return all artifact, enchantment, and planeswalker cards from your graveyard to the battlefield. Ooh. Hoo. After somebody does a nasty board wipe, right? Right? Cool. Radiant, Sarah Archangel. I have the original Radiant back from Urza's something or other. How are you? 7 mana, 6/4 flying. Tap another untapped creature you control with flying. Sarah Archangel gains protection from the color of your choice until end of turn, and she can partner. I think the original Radiant was a little more interesting. Whoa, 2 mythics in this booster. That's 2 mythics. Triumph of the Reckoning and Kamal, Heart of Krosa. Okay, Human Druid. 8 mana. 8 mana for 5/5. At the beginning of combat on your turn, creatures you control get +3/+3 and gain trample until end of turn. Oh, well then. I can see why he's 8 mana. Until end of turn, target land you control becomes a 1/1 elemental creature with vigilance, indestructible, and haste. It's still a land. Ooh, why is green always so good? Another Jalem Tome, except this one's in foil. Can you see the foiling? Is it foily in the video? And another Soldier from Theros. Alright. Alright. Goblin Trailblazer. Natural Reclamation. 5 mana, destroy an artifact or enchantment, and Cascade. Spark Harvest. Another Raise the Alarm, another Kitesail Corsair, another Crimson Fleet Commodore. Filigree Familiar, I swear I can't get enough of these guys. Corpse Churn, Marble Diamond, Gale Strike, Lies, Alana Bow, Master, Boarding Party. 6 mana for 6/3 with Haste and Cascade. Angel of the Dawn. Open the Armory. Search your library for an aura or an equipment card. Reveal it, put it into your hand, then shuffle your library. Huh. There's some pretty good auras and equipment out there. This has tremendous potential, I feel. Dreamstone Hedron. 6 mana. You can tap it for 3. You can 3 and sack it and draw 3 cards. You have potential. Volcanic Tyrant. Let's see. 5 mana sorcery. Deals X damage to each creature and planeswalker your opponents control, where X is the number of spells you've cast this turn. Oh. It's got Cascade. Well, wait a minute. Oh, it's not Volcanic Tyrant, it's Volcanic Torrent. Okay. So explain this to me in the comments. If I cast this and I Cascade, the Cascade triggers another spell. Does Volcanic Torment automatically deal 2 damage? Counting this and whatever was cascaded in? Or in addition to whatever I had cast earlier? Like, does the Cascade count towards the X? Whatever gets cascaded in, does that count towards the X or not? That's the question. Court of Ur. You me. 5 mana, enters the battlefield, you become the monarch. At the beginning of your upkeep, Court of Ur deals 2 damage to any target. If you are the monarch, it deals 7 damage to that player or permanent instead. Oh, another Kidis Emberclaw Familiar. And another Slurk, all ingesting. Ooh, a foil angelic gift. That's pretty. And a copy token. I think this is the first time I'm actually kind of leaning towards red. Crushing Vines again. Viscer Seer again. Inspiring Roar again. Avian Surveyor. 5 mana, 2/2 flyer. Enters the battlefield, choose one. Put a +1/+1 counter on this thing, or return a creature to its owner's hand. Undying Rage. Ivy Lane Denizen. 4 mana, 2/3 Elf Warrior. Whenever another green creature enters the battlefield under your control, put a +1/+1 counter on target creature. Ooh. Palace Sentinels. 4 mana for 2/4. Enters the battlefield, you become the monarch. Opal Palace. Fiery Cannonade. Maelstrom Colossus. 8 mana for 7/7 and Cascade. Ooh. Ancient Animus. Yeah, I pulled this earlier and I wasn't sure. Can you put a +1/+1 counter on target creature you control if it's legendary and then it fights something? Like, I can only use this on a legendary card, or if I do this on a legendary card, then it also fights something. Bitter Revelation again. Fire Diamond again. Return to Dust. 4 mana to exile an artifact or an enchantment. And if I do this during my main phase, you may exile up to 1 other. So cast this instant in one of my main phases, and I remove 2 artifacts and or enchantments. Mindless Automaton. Mindless Automaton enters the battlefield with 2 +1/+1 counters on it. 1 mana, discard a card, put another counter on this thing. Remove 2 counters from this thing, draw a card. Interesting. Intangible Virtue. Creature tokens you control get +1/+1 and Vigilance. Whoa. Wait. What? Creatures you control get +1/+1 and have Vigilance, and this is an enchantment for only 2 mana? I believe there's a similar one, but it costs like 3 mana. And this is uncommon. I think that thing is a rare. You know what I'm talking about? And this is good value. Enchantment. Creature. Oh, that's why. Because this is only for tokens. This is only for my tokens. That's why. Laboratory Drudge. 4 mana for 3/4 zombie horror. At the beginning of each end step, draw a card if you've cast a spell from your graveyard or activate an ability card in a graveyard this turn. I don't think this is useful for this build, but I have ideas for him. Oh, it's our Salamander guy. 3 mana for a 3/2. You and permanents you control have protection from salamanders. At the beginning of your end step, each player who controls the fewest creature cards creates a 4/3 blue salamander creature warrior token. And I think I got one of those right here. So this guy creates these guys. This guy creates these guys. All right. Arkalos, Lagoon Mystic. 4 mana for a 2/4. As long as this guy is tapped, other permanents enter the battlefield tapped. As long as he is untapped, other permanents enter the battlefield untapped. So for all my slow mana lands, this guy makes them faster. I mean, I haven't drawn any lands in this set that come into play tapped. Another Fleshbag Marauder, but in foil. And another Elf Warrior token. Alright. Oh, that was booster number 3. So, what would you build out of this draft? You got a Gore Meldrake, you got an Arculos. You got your Baron Sengir. You got your Slurk. You got your Kamal. I mean, this guy's begging to be used, right? He's got a partner. So you got your Slurk, which can partner. And you got your Kamal. You got your Arculos and your Gar Moldrake. So you're heavy leaning towards green here. Can these guys partner? Nah, these two can't partner. So it's either you can't add to them. And still no. No, I got that one legendary Angel Radiant. There we go, finally. A white legendary. And we got that spell there that returns a whole bunch of stuff into play. Let's see. Not particularly useful stuff in blue. We do got Ketis. And we do have Court of Ire. We got our Impulsive Pilfer, which is handy. I don't know. Red and green are kind of looking good. White is kind of good. But this is only halfway through our pre-release draft. This would be a normal draft pull. So let's continue to the pre-release. Leave in the comments, what should I make out of the first half if this was a regular Commander draft? If I pulled anything that jumps out at you. And remember, you can always use the prismatic guy to fill in any gaps. So if I wanted to make green-red, oh, these guys could just partner and that would work anyway. So this is my cheap commander, this is my expensive commander. Maybe that's the answer right there. Red-green's the way to go for our regular draft, but we're going to continue. Well, let's continue. Elvish Visionary, Dragon Mantle, Sanitarium Skeleton, Captain's Call. Create 3 White Soldier tokens. Strategic Planning, Foundry Inspector, which makes my artifacts cheaper. Another Maelstrom Colossus, another Blight Assassin, Pirate Cutlass, Brazen Freebooter. Enters the battlefield, create a treasure token. So 4 mana to get a 3/3 and a treasure token. Kite Sail, Skirmishers again, Ancestral Blade, Molder Beast. That's our 5/3 with Trample. And whenever an artifact is put into the graveyard from the battlefield, this thing gets +2/+0 until end turn. Brass Herald, 6 mana, 2/2. What do you do, Golem? Enters the battlefield, choose a creature type. When this guy enters the battlefield, reveal the top 4 cards of your library. Put all creature cards of the chosen type revealed this way into your hand and the rest at the bottom of the library. Creatures of the chosen type get +1/+1. Huh. You have potential. Lightning Rig Crew. A pirate ship with monkey-looking goblins shooting an electric cannon. My god. Magic, what is going on? Tap him to deal 1 damage to each opponent. Ooh. Whenever you cast a pirate spell, untap the Lightning Rig Crew. Ooh, leaning heavier towards red right now. 3 visits. Search your library for a force card. Put the card onto the battlefield, then shuffle your library. Was this thing of value printed in like Portal 3 Kingdoms or something? I mean, okay, you can tutor up a forest that's untapped and goes into play, right? Is that amazing, though? Command Beacon, rare land. Tab for generic, sack it. Put your commander into your hand from the command zone. Why would you want to do that? Somebody please explain to me why you would want to cast some commander from your hand as opposed to the command zone. Please explain that to me. I don't understand. Kodama of the East Tree. East Tree instead of West Tree. 6 mana for 6/6 with reach. Good start. It's a legendary spirit. I would imagine this is a tree folk, not a spirit. Whenever another permanent enters the battlefield under your control, if it wasn't put into the battlefield with this ability, you may put a permanent card with equal or lesser converted mana cost from your hand onto the battlefield, and it can partner. Okay. There's got to be a simpler way to put this. Whenever another permanent enters the battlefield under my control, if it wasn't put into the battlefield with this ability, you may put a permanent card with equal or lesser converted mana cost from your hand onto the battlefield. Okay. I cast some sort of permanent, and this thing lets me cast another permanent that costs less from my hand for free. Equal or less. Right? Am I getting that right? Brine Lined Moon Kraken. 8 mana for 6/8. Enters the battlefield, or whenever you cast a spell of converted mana cost 6 or greater, you may return target non-land permanent to its owner's hand, and it can partner. Ooh. It's an uncommon, but it's foil and alternate or something. Kesset, the Flesh Sculptor. This is a human. This is a human artificer. 3 mana for 1/3. Sack 3 other artifacts and or creatures. Look at the top 3 cards of your library. Put 2 of them into your hand and the other into your graveyard. Game. And an Elf Warrior token. What's with this alternate art frame? Is this like some spellbook special? Is there going to be like a Phyrexian spellbook with this set or something? Alright guys, how's it looking now? Some more interesting creatures there. Kodama of the East Tree. What type of shenanigans can we get up to with that? Yarg. Okay. Another Wild Size, another Supernatural Stamina, another Inspiring Roar, another Jalem Tome, another Flood of Recollection, another Perilous Mirror, another Farhaven Elf. This is my first Farhaven Elf. 3 mana, 1/1, Elf Druid. Enters the battlefield, you may search your library for a basic land card, put it into the battlefield tap, then shuffle your library. I think this is just a different art. The text sounds familiar. Slith Ascendant, Terramorphic Expanse, Prying Eyes, Soul's Fire, Thorn of the Black Rose, Sentinel Spider, Fathom Fleet Swordjack. 4 mana, 4/3. Whenever this thing attacks, it deals damage to the player or planeswalker it's attacking equal to the number of artifacts you control. And he's got Encore. Grafted War Gear. Patron of the Valiant. What do you do? 5 mana, 4/4 Flying Angel. Patron Valiant enters the battlefield, put a +1/+1 counter on each creature you control that already has +1/+1 counters on it. Vault of Champions essentially comes into play early on untapped, because it comes into play untapped if you got 2 or more opponents. Alharu, Solemn Ritualist, Human Monk. 3/3 for 5 mana. Enters the battlefield, put a +1/+1 counter on each of up to 2 target creatures. Whenever non-token creature you control with a +1/+1 counter on it dies, create a 1/1 white spirit creature token of flying. And this guy can partner. White's starting to look good. Reyev, Master Smith, 2 mana for a 2/2. Whenever a creature you control that's enchanted or equipped attacks, that creature gains double strike until end of turn. I'm feeling it. Wild Heart Invoker, Elf Shaman. Oh, I got this earlier, except now this is a pretty foil version. And a treasure token. Alright, okay. Red-white is starting to look like it's got some potential. Alright, last booster of our last set of pre-release. Universal Solvent, another one of that. Another Ivy Lane Denizen. Another Elvish Doomsayer. Another Dispeller's Capsule. Another Avian Surveyor. Another Spectral Searchlight. Another Ice Blight Massacre. Another Charcoal Diamond. More Welding Sparks. Entourage of Trist, Forceful Denial, Anointer of Valor. Whenever a creature attacks, you may pay 3. When you do, put a +1/+1 counter on that creature. Golem Artisan. Furnace Celebration. Alright, this is a new one for me. A red enchantment for 3. Whenever you sacrifice another permanent, you may pay 2. If you do, this thing deals 2 damage to any target. Handy. Supreme Will again. Amphyn Mutineer, Salamander Pirate. 3/3 for 4 mana. Enters the battlefield. Exile up to 1 target non-salamander creature. That's creature's controller creates a 4/3 blue salamander creature token. And then we can encore this. I kind of like that. Again, Arcanum Weaver. Red, white, black. 2/3. Those colors again. Tap and sack an enchantment. Return target enchantment card from your graveyard to the battlefield. This was only like enchantment or artifact. Araumi of the Dead Tide. Dimir +1, so 3 mana for 1/4 Merfolk Wizard. Exile cards from your graveyard equal to the number of opponents you have. Target creature card in your graveyard gains Encore until end of turn. The Encore cost is equal to its mana cost. Oof, I like this. Another Sentinel Spider in foil, and Prismatic Piper and a Spirit Token. Alright, that was deck number 4. Oh, not deck. That was pre-release pack set number 4. So, what legends do we have to work with here? Kesket, Baron. Kesket and Baron are the only black ones. Okay. These are the only mono black options. Kesket and Baron can partner. And for green, didn't we have a couple of good green ones? We got Kodama. That's it. We got Kamal. We got Slurk. Alright, so red we have Kamala, Kadama, and Slurk. We can easily, once again, go green-black. I mean, is it just me? Is it just the cards that I've gotten? But green-black seems really an easy choice. And we got Alahur, and we have Radiant as our white options. I don't think we got any blue options. Nope. Brine Line. We got Brine Line. What does Brine Line do again? Whenever you cast a spell from red mana cost 6 or greater, you may return a non-land permanent to its owner's hand. Alright. This does look like it would be handy. What are our red options? This seems like it's going to be handy. Kedless. Court of Ire. I mean, there seems to be some really good red spells in here. Fire Cannonade as a sweeper card. I mean, there's a lot of potential for red, and we only have one red legendary, but he does have partner, so that's good. All right, and our multicolor legends here. Aruami, that will give us all kinds of cascade. We got red white for Rhea Master Smith. We got Gen Arkham Weaver, which would also let us play Rhea. I don't think there's any benefit from playing Arkalos here. And I don't see a big benefit from playing Gore Maldrake here. I'm kind of leaning towards red, white, black here. Give me your input. How would we play this? I mean, we have a flexible land for black and white. All right, let me know. Which commander would you use out of this set? And your builds. I'm curious. These other ones didn't jump out and seem as obvious to me as the first one. See video 1. Please, let me know in the comments, what would you build out of this? Thanks for tuning in. See you out there, YouTube land. Professional.